now it's time for another amazing guest!
Wow. Twice in 2 days.
I know. This is something special. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. And listen to this. No, what's going on? Ziya is going to attack. What a pleasure to see you again. We had you yesterday on the TSN 1050 show. We're doing 9 to noon here, and this is our regular gig where we can really spend a lot of time together. We got to talk to you and Dan from Discovery and the Daily Planet because of Shark Week, but now we figured, you know what, let's have a little more time with you.
This is good. We get to get in depth with a lot of sharky goodness. I'm excited. So what do you want to talk about first?
Well, why don't you reiterate, because we don't necessarily have the same listeners that we had over on the sports station. New listeners, this is more of the comedy station. So tell us about Shark Week first and foremost and what people can expect for the remainder of the week at 7 p.m.
Okay, well, essentially, this is really like our Super Bowl. Like I said to you yesterday, we've got 45 hours of non-stop shark content, and you can't stop it because there's 500 different species of shark. So we've got the weird, the wonderful, the awe-inspiring. You know, we've got goblin sharks inside of somebody's drawer. There's a researcher who actually has lab. You open up a drawer, and these are really rare sharks, and he's got 4 of them inside. We've got the Megamouth Shark. This is a shark with a mouth that is 1 meter wide. It's been spotted 60 times in 50 years. Its mouth glows in the dark to attract prey. But tonight, we have this really crazy story, and I think you guys will like it because, believe it or not, they're using death metal to attract sharks, and it works. And this is something that sounds like the craziest thing you've ever heard of.
To bring them closer, to do some studies on them, to get familiar with different species. They're playing like some AC/DC or something. What are they playing?
How did you actually know AC/DC was one of the? Well, when researchers first realized this, it was actually several years ago, and they did play AC/DC. And AC/DC brought in the sharks, and they were like, "What is going on?" So we joined these other researchers in Australia, and they are playing death metal, and the death metal, the vibrations actually brings them in, and you see it happen. You're thinking, this just doesn't seem right, but it works. So forget dunna dunna, like play some AC/DC, people. That's really the new theme song. Yeah.
Come on, Sharkies.
Wear those short shorts.
I ain't scared of you and get my hair. You're not going to get my hair.
Yeah, so tonight we head off. We go to the coast of Australia.
How good was that timing, by the way? That was crazy.
That was nicely done.
That was the best timing we've ever had on the program. Purely luck.
So they head there, and we're joined by this sort of interesting, somewhat ragtag team. We've got Andy Casagrande, who is really one of our top cameramen at Discovery Channel, and he is there with 2 other people. So there's one guy who basically he's been bitten by a shark before, by bull shark. So he's missing an arm and a leg. So he's got prostheses. And another young woman.
Wait, and he's still...
Yeah, so he's one of the people, and then there's another...
I'm just saying I might change careers at that point.
Research baseball now. Just go to researching baseball.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing, right? And then
Not
there's
hockey,
this other woman
which is the San Jose Sharks.
who was bitten by a great white, and she also, it's her first time back in the water. So it's the 3 of them together. They're trying to find one of the largest great whites that's ever been spotted in Australia. And the thing is, typically, this shark has already been tagged, right? So usually what happens is there's an acoustic pinger underneath the water, and when this shark comes close to shore, the people, like the lifeguards, everybody says, okay, everybody, there's a big shark. You might want to get out of the water. The thing is, the big shark has gone missing now. Not because it's missing, but because it's in the ocean, and in the ocean there's no acoustic pinger. What they need to do is put a satellite tag on this shark so that they can spot it from a distance. So they're in search of this shark, and wow, I mean, there's people getting chum showers, which are essentially this poor girl gets covered in blood. It's a lot like the movie Carrie. I don't know what she was thinking when she agreed to do this, because I mean, there's footage of her actually, she certainly had an incident previously. As you know, of course, I'm a big lover of sharks, so I really don't want to do any sort of fear mongering whatsoever. But anyway, very, very brave person. And then, of course, they rock out the heavy metal, the death metal, to bring in the sharks. And the idea is Andy Casagrande is going to put a fin camera on a great white a camera so that you can get the POV of the shark so that this other shark can kind of scour the ocean, see if they can find this big great white that they're looking for.
And why would they connect? Why do all sharks just end up hanging out, going to movies on Friday night or something?
Yeah, well, there's a lot. Yeah, they actually, these are areas where a lot of times you're seeing sharks mating, or the Holy Grail is really one of the breeding grounds, and that's what we feature on Daily Planet tonight is tiger shark breeding grounds. Where is their nursery? And we finally found one off the coast of Bimini Island with Doc Gruber, who's this other shark researcher, a really preeminent one. And, baby sharks.
Wow. So, okay, a couple questions first. When you talk about one of the biggest great whites around, right?
Yeah.
How big is that Ziya Tong?
Well, you're talking about the one that is in Australia is a 17-footer.
That's the one we can't find.
Yeah, that's the one we can't find.
You can't find a 17-footer.
Yeah, they're not that easy to find.
The ocean's pretty big.
But off Guadalupe Island, they're even bigger. And some of the biggest ones, I mean, one that I saw that just blew me away, 20 feet. But 20 feet and pregnant, because that's where they go. That's where the big ones are the female ones. And they're off of Guadalupe Island, but a pregnant great white. Now, that is like a bus. And that's the thing, too, right? Their pups are like 5 feet long.
20 feet.
So, yeah, just convert that to metric for me for a second.
20 feet and pregnant would be a wonderful show for Shark Week.
I just thought it was like a new Kate Hudson movie or something. I don't know why. It just sounds like some sort of romantic comedy. 20 feet and pregnant.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Jay Brody. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave a comment. We read the best ones on the air.